Hello and welcome to Timebox. Timebox is an app that gives you content based on how much time you have. This solves a problem for people like me who open articles in browser tabs and never come back to read them because they don't know how much time it's going to take to read it. Timebox solves that problem. It gives you a feed of content, which you can see here, but it goes a step further and lets you sort the content by time. So if you're standing in front of the microwave waiting for your breakfast to finish, you can say you have 2 minutes, and Timebox will give you a certain set of articles that meet the criteria. If you're waiting for the metro and you have 4 minutes, you get a different set of content. If the metro is really delayed, you can say you have 10 minutes, which would be a long-form article, and you can click in and get started reading. The article show page gives you the title, author, and full text of the article, and you can scroll down to get started. You'll notice that there's a black scroll bar that extends across the screen the further you get, which tells you how much more you have in the article. If you need to stop reading before you finish, you can scroll to the top and save the article for later. What Timebox will do is add this piece to your profile. The profile shows you a reading list, which are all the articles that you've started and saved, or that you just want to save for later, because they look interesting. Just as on the index view, you can sort this content by how long it will take to read, and you can click into the article to keep reading it. Timebox knows that this article is already on your list, so it won't let you add it twice, and you can remove the content from your list very easily just by hitting remove from list. Now it's gone. Back on the index view, I have a little bit of a beta of what the app would do in the wild. Ultimately, it would aggregate content from a bunch of different news sites. So right now, if you search for something, what the Timebox will do is actually pull in content that was published today by The Guardian. It's making a call to the Guardian API and returning a certain set of content that meets the search. So I can see on this page actual content that's not just lorem ipsum text, and I can read the articles right here on the page. If I hit read more, it will extend into a reader view, and I can see the full text without actually reloading and without going to the Guardian's website. When I'm finished reading, I hit see less, and Timebox will tell me that I've already read the piece, so I don't click into it again. I'm really proud of this because it's an elegant workaround to a problem I was having today. This article isn't actually stored in my database, and so I didn't have a way to save the information about it and reload it in a show page. But what you're seeing here is just some really simple CSS and JavaScript that works around the fact that it's not actually displayed, or that's not actually saved in my database. The other thing I'm really proud of is this nav bar, which seems really small and simple, but it's a core function of the website. You can't say that your app sorts by time if it doesn't do that, and as of Tuesday afternoon, I was having a problem getting this to work. I was actually having a complete and total meltdown, but Andy helped me learn that there's an application helper file in your project, and what you can do here is create any method that you want. You can define anything, and then you can call that method throughout the project. So what we did here was build a length class method that would evaluate the length of the article and then return a certain value based on that integer. There's some research out there that says that the average person reads about 200 words a minute, so I used that as a rough estimate of reading time. If an article was 400 words, it would take about 2 minutes. If it was about 1,200 words, it would take about 6 minutes, and so on. So all you're seeing in the browser when it renders is the evaluation of how long the article is, and it's setting a class based on that method. Moving forward, what I would want to do to build out Timebox is to make it customizable, so that you could say, alright, I don't just read content from The Guardian, I also read the Washington Post, Wired, The Verge, and the Seattle Times, and Timebox would give me content from all of those sites right in this app. I think that would be a really cool solution to the problem of having too many sites and too much content and being able to sort it. And I think that that's something that people would actually use, so I'm looking forward to building this out in the future and deploying it for you all later.